Well, certainly when I started watching Raw tonight, I wasn't under the impression that a lackluster show starting out would turn into the official Raw debut of Samoa Joe. It's the Road to WrestleMania. Welcome to another edition of the Monday Night Raw Popcast, exclusively here on the Popcast Network. My name is Owen. Joining me, as always, is Ashley.
Oh my God.
And as you can tell, we are not alone. Oh no, joining us for the second night in a row, we have Aaron once more. Welcome back.
Hello, my entertainers. I'm very pleased with tonight's Raw, especially the ending where the right Samoan came out.
Yeah, we finally got the right Samoan named Joe the night after the Royal Rumble.
Which I guess means that Royal Rumble, of course, is one of the 4 big pay-per-views. So the Raw after Royal Rumble is just like the Raw after SummerSlam, Raw after WrestleMania, and there'll be big moments.
Yep, exactly.
I won't go that far. I won't.
So, we got a lot to talk about tonight, and I wasn't necessarily sure that was going to be the case because this show, started out pretty, meh. And then things started to happen. So, let's talk about the show, shall we? Obviously, if you haven't listened to the Takeover San Antonio podcast or the Royal Rumble podcast, feel free to go listen to those at your leisure. So we've had a lot of discussion tonight in the last couple days about the WWE product. And sure enough, they actually somewhat delivered tonight. I know, it's weird, isn't it? So,
it's rare.
Oh, it's extremely rare, especially because after last night, I was reading a lot of friends of mine on Twitter were saying cancel WWE Network and I'm selling my WrestleMania tickets and stuff like that. So
yeah, and our fellow podcaster Will was even saying cancel WWE Network, and I'm like,
right.
It's back again. I didn't see it as much though, because the year that Roman Reigns won, it was a worldwide trend.
Right.
But yeah, I did see it in some places on Twitter as well.
Well, we've got Jeremy Mills in chat, says Samoa Joe on Raw. Why couldn't they have done this at the Rumble? Well, because it wouldn't have been a surprise if you did it at the Rumble, because a lot of people were expecting it. Even though it didn't happen, a lot of people were expecting Samoa Joe to show up at the Rumble. And to bring him out the next night on Raw, not SmackDown, after all the rumors have been leading to Joe and Cena at WrestleMania, now it looks like it's going to get something interesting. And I'm telling you right now, I think we got Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe at Fastlane. That's pretty much confirmed at this point.
Yeah, it only makes sense to have, Rollins versus Joe, and then Rollins gets Triple H at WrestleMania, a new side of Triple H that we've been longing to see for a long time.
I don't think they'll go the route of doing an NXT stable led by Triple H to try to decimate Seth Rollins, because there's really no reason to do something like that. But Hunter not really doing anything. He hypes the crowd up, and he's like, I'm going to take your head off, and you threatened my family. Now you're going to pay. I take the shirt off. I'm basically your destroyer. And we got introduced to the real destroyer, which ended up being Samoa Joe. And who knows? Maybe Hunter has more NXT superstars that are willing to take it to the former Tyler Black.
Yeah, it would be cool. Even if he were to lead a faction, or just have not someone come out every week, but just every couple of weeks, just to make the build up even interesting. And
right.
I think the week of WrestleMania, we'll get like a big brawl. I mean, at some point we'll get a big brawl where the securities has to tear them apart, and
I'm sure of it.
and then maybe like a brutal beatdown with Triple H taking out the sledgehammer and teasing to use it on Rollins. So, yeah, this storyline can go like a couple of ways.
There's a lot of directions you can go right now. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and that's the good thing now because we have a lot more to think about than we did last night. Now, I know a lot of people last night were immediately pretty much doing the Marie Antoinette deal with Vince McMahon, like, off with his head, he's out of touch. And when it comes down to it, maybe that was the case. But honestly, just like I said last night, there is a reason for everything. And the direction is pretty clear right now.
Yeah, he does know what he's doing. I mean, like, I remember from all the podcasts that we've done, there's been times where, excuse me, we just couldn't like stomach the storylines that were being and the gimmicks that were being shoved down our throats. And, we even said ourselves, Vince is out of touch. And then, there comes that one show or one pay-per-view or one storyline or one person that, finally turns heel or babyface, and we're like, oh,
Right.
It makes sense. So this guy does have his head screwed on right. And
Totally.
I think the things that they do and he does is to get people talking, and that's what we're doing.
Exactly, and that's the reason why we actually have something to talk about tonight, Aaron, because when I was watching the show with Ashley, because that's what we do, we watch the show over here over Google Hangouts, and then we go live afterwards. So we can literally go live afterwards. We don't have to wait or anything, and we can just go live whenever the time. I know it says 11:30 on the actual time frame to start, but we try to go as early as we can because we know how long we talk about this when there is nothing to talk about. And now when there is something to talk about, we kind of have to devote a little bit more time. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
2 hours on NXT, 3 hours on the Royal Rumble. I mean, going back to it, we talked 2 hours on Wrestle Kingdom. So, yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of talking about the wrestling world at large on these podcasts, and it makes sense to continue to do so tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashley normally starts the show off when it comes to promos. I'll shoot with you guys. I don't take notes because Ashley usually covers that now and does a great job at doing so. So he'll be returning, I have a feeling, in a little bit. So the show starts off with Kevin Owens. He comes out. Interesting reaction from the Laredo crowd. Crowd was kind of like iffy tonight, to be honest. There were not many times they were really into the show, and it was very clear. So Owens and Jericho come out, and Jericho talks about the fact he was in the entire duration of the Royal Rumbles he's been a participant in. He's been in almost 5 full hours. So he basically calls himself the 61-minute man. Nice dig at Ric Flair, who was supposed to apparently be a part of Cena's celebration last night, and they decided they wanted to pull the trigger on that and not do it.
Instead, they took a picture for Twitter.
Yeah, they did a video too, I'm pretty sure.
They did, yep.
And Corey Graves, God bless him, being the heel announcer here, he's the one who said, I'm going to go right now, and I'm going to hashtag 61-minute man. And he's like, I did it right now. So that, of course, is what he did.
Yep.
And it made sense because that's his character right now. And I like Corey a lot, and I'm very glad to see great things for him, given the fact that the first time that Corey did commentary on a WWE branded product was NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. And that, going backwards in time, that's where we first met. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that Corey's last show was this TakeOver San Antonio and left in the very, very capable hands of Nigel McGuinness. So super excited for that.
And he did a fine job on the pre-show, gave good insight. Absolutely. Corey Graves was even impressed with him. And
Nigel knows his stuff.
Yeah. And Corey Graves, that was like the second tough decision he had to make, because the first tough decision he had to make was when he had to switch to not switch, but no longer wrestle for NXT. I remember he
Right.
made the announcement before. But yeah, that was NXT Revolution, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because I remember watching them film it outside in front
that's
of
right.
the building.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember
Right
that
in front
too.
of Full Sail Live. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's little benches they have in front where people can sit down. That's where they film that.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why Chris Jericho didn't win the Royal Rumble and add that accolade to his myriad of accolades throughout his entire career is because he still had vertigo from hanging above in the shark cage. So, I mean, that fits his character, too. Welcome, Pedro. He says tonight seemed really...
Oh, there's Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley's back. Pedro says tonight seemed really good, somewhat meh, but the ending was great. I don't think there's a way to misuse Joe. Don't say that. They've done this before. We're going to see Joe and Rollins for Triple H and Rollins. Yeah, Pedro, if you didn't check the beginning of the show, I pretty much said right off the jump that I'm pretty sure Joe and Rollins is Fastlane. And then Triple H and Rollins is Mania. I think that makes perfect sense.
Sexy pinatas always get vertigo. You've got to remember
that. That's one way to look at it. It really is.
A very sexy pinata.
Oh my God! Welcome back, Ashley.
It's part 2 of the Rulers of Jericho. You can get it in weekly installments. First installment only 99 cents. All the other installments are $29,000 each, and there's 99 issues. So too bad.
There you go. So basically, right now, Ashley, since I know you dropped and you weren't able to hear where we are in the actual show, we're talking about. There you go. Continue.
Yeah, Braun comes in and basically goes, look, what I did last night, one, I hate Roman. During this time, most of the fans are going, thank you, Strowman.
Yeah, I heard that chant too.
Mm-hmm.
These fans are idiots.
Pretty much.
I personally pick Reigns over Strowman any day because, Reigns can actually wrestle.
Yeah.
Except Reigns is pushed down our throat. So that's why we object.
I object to both. But that's just me.
Oh, no. I'm about a 50-50 objector on Roman at the minute. And about 120 minus 20 on Braun.
Fair point.
That is not mathematically possible, but hashtag fuck it. Because apparently that's what's happening.
Fair point.
So Braun says the other reason is you promised me a Universal title match a few weeks back, and Kevin's like, look, I just wanted to thank you. I did no such thing. And Braun's like, I got the videotape. And they play the bit from, 3-4 weeks ago?
It might even, I think it was last month, actually.
Kevin basically says, so if you help me out taking out Roman, then perhaps you might be next in line. And Kevin's like, look, you clearly misconstrued it. It's CGI. You went and bloody got Peter Cushing out of a freezer. And Oliver Reed. Trying to think about all the other CGI creations that we've had after people have died. That's the only 2 I can think of. Too bad. It's not happening. Q Foley, who says, I don't like what you did last night, Braun, but after seeing the videotape, I understand your reasonings. And Kevin, it's clear that you gave him a title rematch opportunity after Roman. And Kevin's just adamant that, Foley's against him and everything's like, no. Look, I've been through one hell of a match last night. You're expecting me to be in a title match again tonight? And Foley goes, yes, right here in, why is this written on the back of my hand? I mean, Laredo, Texas.
Before we go any further, I want to bring up Mick Foley's choice of attire.
Oh my God!
Oh, the blade, the green blade.
It literally looked like green vomit to me. Like,
well, there was a couple of things. Pinhead Larry wants to see Samoa Joe versus The Undertaker. I'd be okay with that.
Come on, Joe.
So yeah, we'll get to everybody's conversation momentarily, and thanks everyone for being in chat tonight, and providing commentary. We always appreciate interacting with the chat room.
Not that sexually, hopefully.
Calling you Pinhead Larry, Pinhead Larry.
We have another Ashley.
This happens sometimes.
It's only if the actual one decides to fucking work. Then there'll be one. It's momentarily.
Anything to make it actually sound better and not echo. What I was talking about is the fact that Mick Foley, God bless him. First off, his jacket reminded me of Monty Hall. Monty Hall mixed with Steve from Blue's Clues, and a little bit of Rockstar Spud thrown in for good measure. Mix all three together, you got Mick Foley's wardrobe tonight.
Isn't that the same material that they used to make the sofa from Third Rock from the Sun?
I'm pretty sure it was.
It was
the same
somewhere.
The same seat covers you see in every single female that walks up and down the normal shopping malls in every single city in America.
It was interesting. It was an interesting piece of work. Mick Foley's such a piece of work.
I would have been really happy if Mick Foley would have basically said, "Let's make a deal." I would have really popped for that, because then I would have been like, "You get me, Mick. I understand where you're coming from, and that was exactly what you were trying to convey there."
We know what the deal was. Can I have my fucking hip surgery, please?
That's Wayne Brady's thing for first.
Right.
But I wanted to say is he probably needs. He did get hip surgery, didn't he?
No,
he still hasn't got it. No.
Oh well, I
was supposed to be doing it within the next few weeks, but demand
because I had thought he had gotten it because he was riding an ECV and I saw him at work and I had to like contain myself. I saw him riding an ECV with Mark Henry, who was also in an ECV. And it was really funny. It was for a private event, but it was really funny that I saw them too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, it was just Billy Blompier tweeting. Just for reference, these are the kids that Seth just threatened to beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, Triple H loves fat guys. Ooh. Matt Riddle versus Dijak for WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, where?
Beyond Wrestling.
What day is that? No, Sunday. I'm already going to be at the arena by then. There's no way.
Also, people noting that there was no Emelina sighting, so she's dead.
Just like the Wayne's World line. No Emelina. Denied.
Emelina's been deleted.
I'll see Emelina in a couple of months at Horror Nights.
Yeah, you'll see her.
Like the last 2 years.
Not on Raw. I'm so over this Emelina thing. Like I'm really part of like the majority. I think everybody, it's not even like the minority or majority. Everybody is tired of this Emelina thing. Like, we're not going to get it. We know we're not going to get it. So why do you keep teasing it? and why do you keep having her like really waste her time, even though she's earning a paycheck, to do voiceovers for these like silly little promos of possibly like the same swimsuit wear every single week?
I don't mind it because
no, I don't mind it either, but you know.
See, Aaron, the issue with Emelina right now is if you look at the spectrum of Raw and everybody that's on Raw, everybody that is currently on Raw in the women's division already has a program. Emelina would have nobody going in, so they kind of need to wait until somebody could be a program for her.
Yeah, I mean, like if if that's the case, that they have to, wait and kind of scout who can be her first feud is, don't build her up continuously.
I think it's fine for the time being.
Because, over time, people are not going to care. And they do not care. Anytime they do try to build her and tease her, they when I see the tweet that comes out from WWE, I see all the tweets, everyone saying, yeah, it'll never happen in our lifetime, or like, oh, I'm gonna be dead by the time she debuts. Like everybody thinks it's a joke now. I mean, I think it's a joke. So
Owen hasn't heard the bad news.
How can I? We're live right now. I couldn't have heard anything.
You thought it stopped at Aquaman?
No, I heard that too.
No, you didn't tell me. That was the more important shit.
I heard the Aquaman thing second, actually. I heard about the Batman earlier than that.
Oh, shit. People are crying because Club Penguin is shutting down.
Oh, God.
Yes. Good riddance, you dumb fucks. Samoa Joe just ripped your asses. Yeah.
So interesting.
I'm the Batman.
Pinhead Larry said Roman Reigns versus Hornswoggle. Let's do this.
What?
No. 1, he's in TNA.
Exactly.
2, 3, who gives a fuck about Hornswoggle anymore? I think he's perfectly fine doing his own career shit. 4,
I think he's fine.
It would mean Roman Reigns wins.
Oh, God.
And we get double fuck. Just like you hear double voices. In my head, they come to me. We're gonna blow your dick.
So right now, I never, ever after this week want to hear Ohana Bam blow your mind. Ever again.
Why I'm saying we're gonna blow your dick.
Wait a minute. Aaron, I'm not positive on this, but did I hear the WrestleMania 33 theme was Pitbull?
Oh yeah, no, it is, and
oh my God, why?
It's going to like
we're going to see him live perform, aren't we?
Right? Yeah, no, it makes
Jesus.
But he's fucking Greek.
Well, he's Cuban, but
have you seen what Greece has produced for us in the way of WWE? Pitbull and Maria Menounos. No. No.
I mean, at least it's not
I'm out.
At least it's I missed that. At least it's not Flo Rida though. He is a friend of Flo Rida, but at least
yeah, of course he is.
But,
Flo Rida will be one.
Okay.
Actually, we still could see Flo Rida now when I think about it,
Oh
because
my God.
since they're friends, it would only make sense in WWE's eyes and Vince McMahon, knowing how to provide entertainment at WrestleMania nowadays. Oh, get Flo Rida.
He doesn't know what a Flo Rida is, Aaron.
I do know what a Flo Rida is. He's a rapper.
No, Vince McMahon doesn't know what a Flo Rida is.
Oh, Vince McMahon does know. like he's had him perform for Tribute to the Troops, and
that doesn't mean he knows who it
WrestleManias.
is. He has faith in other people to bring in people that are popular.
No, he knows what Flow Rider is. It's one of the many channels on bloody Flow Sports. It's the competition.
Oh boy. So we're still talking about this opening promo.
Well, because of technical things, but whatever. Or is
too
that
much.
because quite a lot of matches were a bit meh?
Well-
Actually, talk about the matches because I realised the best match of the night came up first, which
Right.
is bloody Jericho versus Zayn. Canada versus Canada. That's why this match was awesome, because it was Canada.
So basically, before this happens, Owens is mad about Mick Foley trying to pigeonhole him into defending the title after he went through hell and back with Roman last night. And he basically says that might be a round trip because you're going to go through hell one more time tonight. And then Jericho, you need to stay in the ring because your match is next. Chris Jericho and Sami Zayn. I think that the heat on Sami Zayn might finally be melting away because I think at this point we're getting Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho at Fastlane. I think they're giving Zayn the title.
Yeah, I mean that's what I got out of the match. I was like, okay, he, once Michael Cole said he just, he got a win over the champ. I'm like, okay, U.S. title shot in the future. I mean, predictable, but it makes sense.
No idea who he's facing at Mania if that's the case. But we'll get to that.
Oh yeah, no, but in terms of like getting a U.S. title shot against Jericho,
Right.
whether it be on Raw or Fastlane, because Foley is the general manager where you see championship matches almost every week or every other week on Raw. Before this new era, you rarely ever saw like big championship matches on Raw.
This poor guy needs to be taken off television so he can get his surgery and be better off physically.
Well, because then we'll be stuck with Stephanie McMahon, which is not a bad thing. But
let's see what Pedro says. They're going to bring in the hot flavors of the music world today. Bring Metallica, Corner, Rob Zombie, get some rock bands in Mania. It doesn't really make sense with the current WWE.
If we're talking about flavors, what about Flavor Flav?
Oh, God.
Flavor Flav.
We've already had the boogeyman with the clock around the neck gimmick. We don't want to have him there
giant
too.
clock on. So then we know when it's then when Renee says 9 minutes, we'll be able to actually see it go by on his clock.
So Flavor Flav was Boogeyman, but on steroids.
Yeah, pretty much. Sami Zayn would win the title over Jericho, Pedro, honestly, because you got to get the title off Jericho because after Mania, he's going back to do more Fozzy stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
And if you noticed on commentary tonight, obviously I don't make notations on commentary because I'm actually doing matches. So I don't have time to really pay attention to commentary unless I hear something extremely boneheaded. I will make a notation of that. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I would make the notation that Sami Zayn wasn't treated like a redheaded stepchild this time around. They actually treated him with respect. They talked about his accolade in the Rumble last night. They talked about the chance that he may have an opportunity to win. They talked about his intestinal fortitude for being able to stick in so long in the Rumble. So, yeah, I think that the handcuffs may finally be off Sami Zayn. I'm telling you, should have won the Rumble. I'm telling you, should have won the Rumble last night.
He came close too. They noted that on commentary that he had spent 42 minutes in the Rumble, so he was one of those fan favorites that spend a while in the match, but then ended up getting eliminated in the final 10 or 5.
I want to add more to the conspiracy theory and say that get fired by Donald Trump.
Anyway,
you want a conspiracy theory? Axelmania, guys, he's never been eliminated from the Royal Rumble for 2 years now. 2 years going, never been eliminated.
He still has it. Well, yeah, that is true.
Like, he noted it on Twitter, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's still employed by WWE. I mean, I didn't know Axelmania is still a thing. So
it was on a house show recently, so he has been doing it every once in a while. And if you didn't notice, the name Hulk Hogan got dropped all weekend. So I'm telling you, one step closer, Aaron, to getting what I think is going to happen at WrestleMania, and that's going to be Hulk Hogan winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Ugh.
Because let's squash on people's dreams by destroying the memories.
In Orlando?
Yes.
I won the Battle Royal, brother. So from now
Hey.
on, it's the Hulk Hogan Memorial Battle. I'm about
Hold
to have a
on.
heart attack.
You really have to take notice to this, Aaron, because your boy Joshua Wallach is helping facilitate Hogan's Beat Shop coming to iDrive. So it'd be a perfect way to tie everything in.
I mean, I read that online on I saw it on WrestleZone on my end earlier tonight, and I was like, well, I mean, well, that's cool. I mean, but like, is
No, it
WWE
isn't.
ready?
Yes.
Is WWE ready to welcome back Hulk Hogan? I mean, they deleted him from the Hall of Fame.
That doesn't matter. I think it's time.
So
As
if
Pedro
they,
Navarro said in chat, Hogan slamming everybody since the 80s. Yeah, especially that sex tape.
Oh, God.
and
He's slamming that bitch. Father Love Sponge hates it.
So, about this match,
oh my God,
really solid match, obviously. No shock here. Jericho had to step up into Gary for a near fall. He does a top rope Hurricane Rana to Sammy, and Jericho tries to take advantage. Sammy with a forward roll out of nowhere, and Jericho gets sent to the ring apron, and he goes to crown him, gets countered, Blue Thunder Bomb 1-2, and a kick out. Jericho powders to the outside. Sammy sets up for the Tope Con Hilo, but of course, Jericho's like, nope, and he chases him around the ring, comes back in the ring, double leg, countered the Walls of Jericho attempt, the wrist lock into the palm shop, double jump, tornado DDT. He charges in for the Luva kick. He gets rolled up, near fall there. Jericho goes for the walls, and Sammy valiantly grabs the ropes. Charges in, exploder into the buckle, Haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn wins clean in a really great way to kick off the show. And kudos to Sammy after the match was over. I know I try my very best not to talk politics on this network. I can't help it when everyone else does. But personally, I try my best not to. And it was really cool of Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens as well, but Sami Zayn actually put like attention to it. He has the fleur de lis, which is on his armband for the Quebec shootings over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And then he actually points at the armband and he does the peace sign. I thought that was really cool because Sami Zayn's been really.
Kevin have one on as well.
Yeah, I mentioned that they both did, but Sami Zayn drew attention to it and then did the peace sign. But Kevin Owens had it on there, but he didn't draw attention to it. But Sami Zayn did. So I thought that was really cool of them both to do that tonight.
Yeah, and I didn't know it myself. I usually have a good eye for that kind of stuff until you learn it on Twitter. So I learned that on Twitter that they both of them had it on, and
Right.
It's nice that they pay their respects to a tragic event that happened in their city. So. It's really sad with all these shootings, man.
The idiot fans, though.
The
idiot fans will go, Sami Zayn's a fucking Muslim? Get him out of the company. I don't want no Muslims in my fucking wrestling.
I'm pretty positive Ashley is doing...
I'm just doing a voice.
Ashley's doing a bit here, but I swear to you, I have worked in front of this guy that Ashley is mimicking in a Southern West Virginia wrestling.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
And then you go to that guy saying, "Do you like the Iron Sheik?" Oh man, he's my favorite. He does all this fucking bullshit on the Twitters. It's brilliant. It's like he's Muslim as well. Oh fuck.
Yeah, just a little word of caution. If you are doing a Southern West Virginia independent show, do not make fun of Dale Earnhardt, or they will potentially go after you with your car or someone else's car that you traveled to the event in. Because that happened to me.
Well, yeah, I mean the car ran good today, but we didn't know if we were going to win or not. But car ran.
I don't say you cut Dale Earnhardt's
How the fuck
grapevine.
am I
That's
going
a
to
bad
clean the
idea.
milk off this fucking car when I won? It's going to get stains all over the fucking seats.
If you ain't first, you're last. Now,
Yeah, right?
But other than this,
but I want to say that Sami Zayn, even though I may not agree with his like political views on Twitter, he's still obviously like a great guy in real life, and
Totally.
he's a great competitor. So hopefully there's not wrestling fans that unfollow him or find him ignorant because he's posting his political views on Twitter. I mean, I think it should be something that I guess it's their freedom of speech though. I mean, WWE can't.
Right.
They already give them a curfew to be off social media, which I don't think a lot of the wrestlers even follow or WWE even like kind of enforces. And it's stupid anyways. So they can't really tell them to kind of stay away from that topic. But he does give it a little more attention than the other wrestlers, at least
Plus,
the ones I still follow. Or
the
haven't
Trump
watched.
shit can't be political anymore because we just had a real life version of The Apprentice and he actually fired somebody. I don't know which is which now. That's the problem. I don't know which is fake. It's sad that I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's more believable at the minute.
I watched The Celebrity Apprentice one season, and I don't watch it even this season because it's not Trump, of course. But I never really was a big fan of the show. I'm not a big fan of like reality competition series anymore. Really, years ago I kind of were, but when Arnold Schwarzenegger was on, I was waiting for like the last of the episode. It was the first episode because I thought he was gonna say, "You're terminated," which I thought would have been great.
He does.
He didn't say you're terminated. He said something like you're something.
No, he says you've been terminated. Now get to the chopper.
Terminated.
Oh, see, that's great. That's great stuff.
And if we were still doing Celebrity Apprentice recaps here on this network, we would totally be discussing that right now, but we're not.
Please.
And AJ and myself are
Bowl
still
of cookies
watching.
on the table. Cookie down now.
AJ and I, if you want to go listen to what AJ and I thought about Celebrity Apprentice, we'll go back to the year that Penn Jillette went one-on-one against somebody that's going to be performing for Mardi Gras very soon in the next couple of weeks, Trace Adkins. And they went head-to-head, and that was the season that we actually did a full recap of the entire show. So if you're curious about what we thought about The Apprentice, that's going to give you a little taste about how that works. But away from this, no more politics. It was really a cool gesture from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens both to do that. Very, like Pedro said, very respectful.
We'll just talk about backstage. We'll talk about backstage politics.
Excellent match, though.
Because I think tonight is where Triple H turned his hopes and dreams into reality.
Very possible.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that shit. Because now we need
we got Cesaro and Sheamus in the back.
Argue. Surprisingly. So Bailey comes in and says, look, we're in mixed 6-person tag action. I don't want us to lose again, so group hug. And then bloody Charlotte and the club go in and say, oh, what a bunch of nerds. It's like, really?
Gallows and Anderson already did this with Dana Brooke.
Look, Festus. Carl Anderson, who's pretty much a nerd in himself. Because he's got just as much video game appreciation as Kenny Omega. Because you have to say it like that every time now.
Fair point.
Yeah, I have not seen this match that people have said they've watched.
And Charlotte's worthy of being put out to stud. As in, look, she's had a time in the sun. I don't want to recreate what happened in the horse racing this past weekend and have her get a match and then die.
Did she have a boob job?
Yeah. The sad thing is, I wouldn't be, because I think W plastic tits.
Mm-hmm.
Why else do you think they brought Big Show back? Whee!
Because
America.
Because that was something that I hoped none of the 4 horsewomen were gonna do. So if it was anybody but Charlotte. But
I guess
Sasha, Becky,
we now understand
I don't think we'll do it.
why the fuck all the big guys took forever to get to their entrance, because they went via golf cart rather than actually run down to the ring.
We talked about that last night, like towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
And did you guys notice?
I just want to get the line from bloody King Ross, because I don't know whether Aaron's seen the video.
Oh, I
What
probably
we
haven't.
established last night is Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Vince McMahon loves big sweaty men.
Yeah, because you guys ever seen that GIF of Roman Reigns, reloading like his fist or whatever, and Vince McMahon's like in the chair, from the moment on SmackDown where Stacy Keibler's like dancing on the desk.
Of course,
And
that was
like,
a part of it.
in the Vince McMahon loves big sweaty.
It's hilarious. I noticed the Goldust reference that Charlotte did. I don't know. It's what I thought, where she said like, explaining to Bailey about what happened last night. She's like, Shattered Dreams. I'm like, oh, Goldust, we're Shattered Dreams Productions. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't like Charlotte with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Like, I hope that doesn't become like a thing.
It's Dana. They did this with Dana Brooke a while back, and
I
then
probably wasn't watching then.
apparently Amber Gallows took it to task, and that got interesting on Twitter. So there really isn't many people you can do it with. Charlotte makes the most sense, to be honest. And there is that picture on Twitter that I saw tonight of all 3 of them doing the 2 Sweet. So
I saw that too. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that's going to stick around, but I mean, if they want like a loose alliance, they could possibly do that still.
I mean, I just don't know if it'll be accepted by the the Bullet Club fans, because you see a lot of Bullet Club fans at WWE shows wearing the Bullet Club shirts that WWE doesn't even sell. They sell the Balor Club, which is basically Bullet Club, but you see a lot of Bullet Club shirts.
Well, here's the thing, though, Aaron. There's a difference nowadays in wrestling. It's either you're a bandwagon jumper that just wears the shirt to wear the shirt, or you wear the shirt because you're a fan of the product. I still haven't got my Cody American Nightmare shirt yet, but I need to get one before too long. So.
Oh, Cody is just he's doing amazing stuff. Wait until the Moose and Cody Rhodes brawl that they did on Impact Wrestling. That was some good shit. I was there for that. Quick story. It was funny because, spoiler, it was Cody Rhodes that just took Josh Matthews right over the announcer's table and then knocked his ass out. I lost my shit. I was screaming. I didn't work the next day, so I didn't care if I lost my voice because Josh Matthews got knocked out, and the crowd was chanting, Josh is dead. Josh is dead. And then I started the chant, thank you, Cody, as he was walking to the back with Eden. And then as Josh was being helped out by the Pope to the back, I literally yelled out, that's what you get for blocking me on Twitter.
I will be very happy to make my return to TNA in another month. So
yeah. They're coming back in March.
March 2nd to the 9th.
Oh, those are the rumored dates. So they announced them.
It was announced a while back, actually.
Oh, what the hell? I mean, they said they were coming back in March. I went to like all the tapings except the one night only ones, the matinee ones, and they didn't say the dates for March. They just said just stay tuned to our social media channels and when they come back.
It'll be officially announced soon, but it's been pretty much confirmed. It's the 2nd to the 9th.
They're coming back in March.
And then they're coming back for Mania too, apparently, for Mania weekend.
Oh, what the? Oh, that's on damn purpose. Because like when they tape 2nd through the 9th, that's going to be episodes from March, April, and into May.
Right. And if they're smart, they're one-off shows. They have nothing to do with storylines. I don't believe they're going to be filmed at all. It's just for the crowd.
Keep in mind, because of the Hall of Fame being on Friday,
sucks.
TNA could have a Friday pay-per-view.
And if they do, that's exactly
how many people will watch the fucking thing.
No, what TNA should do is the same thing we talked about during the Wrestle Kingdom show. TNA needs to form an uneasy alliance with Ring of Honor. They can do a co-branded show, end with the Hardys against the Young Bucks, do a schmoz at the end, and say, you came here to face us. Now why don't you come to Lakeland and meet us on our territory, and we'll put the titles on the line.
Are you listening to Anthem? The little owl anthem? Are you listening? Hoo, 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 hoo.
Talk about that every Wednesday here on this network. Anyway.
So we get various, through the year, because I've got the sounder set up, we get various spots showcasing what's happened in the Royal Rumble, mainly covering the matches. But what happens when we get to the Royal Rumble match? All I keep thinking about is this.
Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Vince McMahon likes Vince McMahon likes big. Vince McMahon likes Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men.
And
indeed,
and I couldn't believe that there were tweets that I was reading on Twitter before and during the Royal Rumble pay-per-view that people were saying, this is like the most unpredictable and the biggest, perhaps, Rumble match in history. What the fuck? It's just the same fucking Rumble match it's always been. There's not a year that's bigger than the other.
Yeah, the rest of the time that there was 40 men, and they ruined that.
And Batman, and that Peter Capaldi would leave. Oh, and some shit regarding wrestling.
Oh, well, the 40-man Rumble was just, kind of redundant and ridiculous. I mean, like, it provided, like, maybe a few more slots for surprise entrants, which we didn't get this year. Have they ever done, I guess I didn't ask this last night, I meant to. Have they ever, like, done that? Like, not do a surprise entrant?
Yeah, this year.
This was the first time they never did it.
No, I'm sure they've done it in the past. Obviously, back in the early days, there were no surprise entrants.
Right. Because, years later, then you have legends show up, and then you have people return. But I don't know. It was weird not to have a surprise entrant.
Nah, it was Shyamalan. The twist was there was no twist.
It was signs. There were signs of an entrant.
Twist was a cheese twist that you buy from Walmart for $2.69.
So apparently, Stephanie's backstage
on the phone with somebody saying, "Don't worry, I'll deal with Seth." So obviously, the other person on the end of the line was Quang the Ninja.
Makes sense to me.
It was probably Triple H.
Oh, way to fucking God. So Owens comes in and says, "Look, Foley's being unfair. I went for a heck of a bloody match last week, I'm the guy that's the role model for the company right now. Yeah, and I don't think it's fair I have to defend the title." And Stephanie goes, "Look, I'll have a word with him and try and get it so that the title match is cancelled." And Kevin's like, "Thanks. Thank you for my request." And then Tony Nese is taking on Mustafa Ali. Yep, we got a white bloke taking on I'm pretty sure, a Muslim. And just to please Vince's higher power, the white guy won.
It's a really good match. They didn't give it enough time though. But 205 Live is where the
course
cruiserweight
not.
showcases are. This match was God. I don't have a time for this match, but I can't think it went more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, it didn't really seem like it did, but this was a very quick, intense match where they basically showed in the replays all the moves. That's how quick the match was. And I was very impressed by Tony Nese. I had, I guess, heard of him before because, again, I do not watch 205 Live, and I know I
TNA.
report online. Oh, well, when in TNA?
He's worked several shows for TNA back in the day.
Oh, well, I just probably don't remember him. Like, was he
Shows that you attended.
Was
Were you smoking too much weed, Aaron?
No, I wasn't.
Was it good shit?
I wasn't hanging out with Jeff Hardy. But
The green of his race for the case.
I think at the rate that company's going, everybody but Jeff Hardy's on the weed.
So we'll talk about, if we're going to talk about that, we'll talk about it on Wednesday. So Nese puts the heat on Ali. He goes for the German and the buckles. He gets blocked into a forward roll for a near fall. So Nese with a lariat, and Ali gets a shoulder on the ring apron. He gets a clothesline and a back elbow. He misses the charge. Ali with the high kick and the through the ropes rolling neck breaker for the near fall. So he sets up the wheel kick because apparently everybody's doing that move now. I don't know why. I don't know when that happened. So Nese cuts him off, but he still gets kicked away, and he falls backwards off the top rope. That looked really vicious, by the way. He looked like he landed right on his head.
Yeah, no, he did. When they show in the replay, like, he literally fell right back on the back of his head, and he didn't, pull his head forward like he should have. He probably didn't know that.
Properly. Probably didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And the finish, just with Tony Nese, he's freaking neat. I swear, Mustafa's head wasn't like kicked out of the ring.
So Nese drops the knee pad like he's been doing, like he did to TJP last week, and he hits the Nese strike. Yes, I said Nese strike, and that needs to be a thing. And he gets the win. So yeah,
I don't get it.
That's a clever finisher name.
That's my name for it. So let's see how quick WWE takes it.
And they never give you credit for it. They never give you credit for me ever whenever we came up with something.
I've never been given credit, but I'm just happy that stuff that we have said on here is happening. That is proof positive that somebody is listening.
Yeah, from WWE. Yeah.
Shouldn't it be called head, shoulders, knees and toes? Knees and toes?
No. That feels like a submission hold, actually.
But Tony Nese is really impressed. I was really impressed with that. And especially the post-match interview with Austin Aries that followed, that wasn't fake news, ladies and gentlemen. That was accurate journalism.
I like
no,
this.
It wasn't.
It was so funny.
It wasn't fake news. It was, yeah. How can I somehow get into an angle where I'm going to come back from wrestling?
Oh, yeah, I know. I sensed that. I did sense it.
I mean, at this rate, it sounds like no matter what he portrays as a commentator, Aries may have to come back as a babyface. And if he does, then there's your perfect opponent for Neville. And a good way to start that out is have him do a program with Tony Nese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's coming.
I'm agreeing, Aaron.
Not only that,
I am. I mean, because you don't want to put him right against Neville because he's the king of the cruiserweight. He's the champion. You want to have Austin Aries come back and climb back up the ladder to get a title shot. So Tony Nese would be a good first challenger.
So when this happens, Aries is going to need a replacement on 205 Live. And personally,
Rosenberg.
Oh God, no!
I haven't seen enough of the guy.
Oh no!
I haven't seen enough of the guy. Well, actually, it's funny because when I saw him on the Royal Rumble kickoff show when I was watching it on my phone, in walking through Walmart, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I saw a tweet that came in from WWE and said Rosenberg is outside with fans. Oh, okay. That's the guy who did the TMZ type of show on WWE Network with JBL and Paul Heyman. Was there ever a second episode of that? Because I liked the first episode. It was kind of right.
No, I think that segment got killed because too many people complained about it.
Why would they complain about it? Oh, because of Rosenberg or because of the topics they talked about?
It was basically telling your fans you're stupid for not wanting.
This
3
is
hours.
topical and up to date. Yeah, this aired what, January? This show is topical and up to date. So let's talk about Survivor Series. What the fuck?
Oh, that show, it was funny though, because Paul Heyman was right though. I mean, like, what do we do whenever Roman Reigns does come out? We do bitch and groan. I mean, of course, that's what we do as fans. That's what gets us talking, and that's what gets us to have change. Well, not change happen, because Roman Reigns is never going to be fucking.
No.
you know, but
Bitch and groan.
Yeah, I'm a bitch and groan.
Fucking obvious, son. Just because it's addressed on a fucking talk show doesn't mean Vince is going to listen to the cunts.
Yeah, I know. Also, so we're cunts.
Dear God. Anyway, so
No, I mean Vince is going to listen to Rosenberg.
Yeah.
So yeah, with his wonderful American Alpha shirt. I think it's funny what Booker T called him out. He's like, I didn't know your name was Mark. And he looks at him and I was like, whoa.
Booker T always laughs.
Anyway, yeah, it was really interesting because it definitely set up a program with Aries and Nice, and I have no issues with that. He said he lacked charisma. He basically said, you have washboard abs, but you're about as interesting as an actual washboard. And he's like, what do you have to say to your critics? And like Nice is like, I don't care about what my critics say. I don't have to answer to them. And Aries is like, Tony Nice gives you nothing. So good. Aries' little smirk at the end, I thought that was great. It's going to suck when I love Aries in the ring, but it's going to suck when he leaves commentary because he basically is doing what CM Punk did for the Divas season of NXT. When NXT had the competition show and they did an all-women season, when CM Punk was on commentary, it was some of the greatest things I've ever heard. Outside of the indies, of course. So we get Seth Rollins coming out.
Yep. And says, Steph wants to meet me. Yeah, I know I'm going to get punished somehow. Come out, Steph. Let's get this. Well,
50 Shades of McMahon.
Don't get me started on that shit.
No, please don't.
I was surrounded 150 people tonight watching Jackie. Most of them probably at least in their 60s.
Yeah, I buy that.
It's a cheap day.
Oh,
and then the bloody screen trailer goes, take off your pants. I'm like,
I feel sorry for anybody that just turned on the podcast right as you said that. What am I listening to?
There must have been like a video camera in the screen because it noticed that like nearly everybody was women. So that's why they put it on.
Oh my God.
We put what we're supposed to on there, and if it makes sense from the company to put it on there, that's where it goes.
But believe me, I can't stand the craze that is going to happen when this movie comes out. I'm trying to stay far away from social media.
Just didn't put it on the trailer for Sing.
Oh my God.
Hey kids, do you want to take your pants off?
Anyway, Pedro says Seth Rollins and Stephanie's segment was somewhat good because I like how Rollins brought out the whole nothing left to lose thing, and it seemed good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Stephanie's like, sorry to disappoint you, but Triple H isn't here. You're not going to get him. And then, just like Triple H is every night with you. Triple H is afraid. but it's not in the way that he's not afraid of you. He's afraid of what he's going to become and what he's going to do to you. And Seth goes, wow. If you and him are thinking that, he must be delusional. And Steph goes, no. One is you, Seth. You know, you're the one that got injured thanks to your own pride. You missed quite a lot of last year, and then you think it's right because you didn't get your way to invade NXT. I think it's only fair that you give the fans and me an apology. And then she suddenly realized, fuck the fans. Just apologize to me. And Seth goes, you know what, Steph? I'm sorry. H being a wimp of a man. Yeah. The Triple H I know, he ain't in a suit. He wouldn't have beckoned. You know, that guy then, that guy on Saturday wasn't the truth. And says, you know, it's legacy now. Really? Well, considering it's like calling you it's like architect of your own demise. I've got nothing to lose. Maybe I dice up, start getting wanting what I want. Or I go to you, show up these by telling them your pants, Anastasia.
So Ashley is having a glitching issue, so we're apologizing for that one.
And clearly at this point, Steph's contemplating in her head, and she's like, you know what? I'm not being honest with you. I did lie. Triple H is here. Or at least he will be here. Because he's coming for you! Nashville!
I knew that was coming. I had to. Yes, solid promo here.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have great chemistry with each
right.
other. I mean, it reminds me of kind of like Jericho and Stephanie with the insults. And this got really personal, and I'm surprised she didn't slap him. And Stephanie just shows like time and time again that she is really just like her dad, like, you know, how she interacts with the crowd and gets heat from the crowd. You know, it was great stuff. And
I love
lines too.
Because I have respect for Vince.
I like the line that end the promo. This doesn't end until I get my hands on Triple H and I'll slay the king.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to build it. You got to build heat for something that lost a lot of luster 5 months ago because an injury made it impossible to continue. So we've had to keep this on the back burner, knowing it was going to be the end game for WrestleMania. And now you have to immediately, like, oh, we've got 61 days now before the event. We really have to start hyping it up.
They're doing a good job of selling it and pitching it.
Yeah, King of Kings later on, Pedro. Yeah, totally. It was a very much welcome change.
The other thing I thought when she said the creator, that Triple H created you, I'm thinking back to, when Vince was the creator. It's a motherfucking Matrix. Well, no. Well, when Vince created,
he's the creator. He's the architect. Ergo, vis-a-vis, concurrently. What was I saying?
Oh God.
But that's what it reminds me of, though. It's like I created Hulkamania, and I'm gonna kill it in 2003.
So yeah,
Yeah, but let's be honest. After how he's dragged Vince through over the last 10 years, he should have fucking killed it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
so yeah, we move on to our next segment, and it is a 6-person tag match. Cesaro, complete with arm tassels. Sheamus wanted to be anywhere but here, and Bailey.
Not Bailey. Sheamus had the nipple tassels.
And we had the Good Brothers and Charlotte.
Get it right.
I said Charlotte Flair a long time ago before they even started this. So I'm partially to blame for this.
Is this the closest we're going to get to?
I don't know. I can't understand what you're saying.
Is this the closest we're going to get to a Flair being in the NWO or the Click?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd totally say so. Yeah, Pedro says it's Architect versus King of Kings. I hope we see a different side of Triple H. Not the same look at me with my shovel or sledgehammer. Yeah, I think we're going to see a different kind of Triple H.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. That is a match I look forward to seeing live. So yeah, good match here for what it was. Heat on Cesaro. Anderson hits a spine buster when Cesaro tries to tag out. Gallows cuts off the tag the first time, but Cesaro is still able to make the tag. Sheamus gets in. Shoulder in the corner, the wheel kick. Don't know why he's using it. Top rope clothesline. Basically, it's the clubbing blows on a member of the club. How appropriate. So Charlotte comes in from behind and nails Sheamus. This brings Bailey in. This distracts momentarily Sheamus, but it's all for nothing because Sheamus and Cesaro hit the assisted white noise. Carl Anderson makes a save. Sheamus clotheslines Anderson over the top. And basically, Gallows counters the swing attempt. And Charlotte eats the weirdest leaping clothesline I think I've seen in a long time from Bailey. Like, she literally leapt out of the screen into the picture with the clothesline. Yes, Cesaro goes for his
rip through DTV, by the way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rip from the silver screen.
Cesaro walks up, not this year. Cesaro walks up to the top rope and he's going for his flying body press, but he almost slips, but he saves himself and he does the spot anyway. Meanwhile, Bailey is almost locked into the figure 8, and Bailey reverses that and hits the belly to Bailey and wins. I have to say right now that the Bailey to Belly is probably the most redundant name for a finisher I've ever heard in my life. Why can't we just go back to calling it the Hugplex?
Well, I mean, it's clever, Bailey to Belly.
No, it's not, because you almost always reverse it. It's like it's either Bailey to Belly or Belly to Bailey. I've heard both. I've heard both on commentary before.
Oh, you've heard it both ways in commentary. Well, yeah, that could be somewhat of an issue because then people think like, okay, which way is it? So, they flip it every time. So
Bailey gets a clean win over the women's champion. Obviously, it's building to this match at WrestleMania that is going to involve Bailey and Sasha and Charlotte, and for some godforsaken reason, Nia Jax. So,
oh god, a fake 4-way?
Yeah, as of right now, yeah.
Take Nia Jax out of it.
Yeah, please do. Speaking of that, we'll get to her in a minute. But right now, Stephanie is in the back, mad about Mick Foley and making the decisions without her knowledge.
Get your hip surgery, Mick.
fully understands Steph, but and he respects her decision, but he's going to ask that she respect his, and brings up the fact the last time the music played of her husband and he was nowhere to be found. She's trying to get to the bottom of this. So she's like, it's the production crew. So she's like, I know you're not stupid. I gave you my word. Triple H is going to be here tonight. Foley's like, keep my word and let me have my match. So
I like how Mick.
Fuck it.
I like how Mick actually admitted that he looks stupid tonight, but he's actually not stupid.
Indeed.
Stupid idiot.
Yeah.
So this leads to the coronation of Neville as the king of the cruiserweights.
I'm the king. Really good.
Allegedly. So yeah, Neville comes out and says, everyone tonight will witness the crowning of the true king of the cruise. I can no longer be denied that title. But I prove, this is verging on Scottish, but fuck it. I proved so much more last night. I wasn't wrong. They didn't support me, but I proved you all wrong. Cue Rich Swan's music. And says, whoa. As much as I hate to say it, that, I don't have a title around my waist. And yeah. I'll wait, because, I got my rematch. But the reason why I'm here is, Neville, you're one of the very best. And last night, at least for that night, you proved it. And I want to congratulate you. And he offers his hand, and Neville just goes, what are you doing that for? No way. Get on your knee and bow to me. And Swan's like, I don't really want to. And Neville just beats the fuck out of him. And fuck back. And Neville runs the fuck away.
Indeed.
And
that is the end of the segment.
Yeah, heel Neville is just really really great stuff, and this is actually
heel Neville.
This is a king gimmick that I can.
Heel Neville is the official human embodiment of, I don't know, butter coated on popcorn.
Well,
there's so much juicy butter. I love that shit.
I can buy into his king gimmick than the last king gimmicks that they've done.
Oh, I've just realized Ross is gonna be pissed.
Yeah, no lie.
Another fake king.
Another fake king. So yeah. Yes, Pedro King Ross. I like his promo and the rivalry build. The fact Swan turns his back and the way Neville felt disrespected, said before dropping the mic, don't you ever turn your back to the king. Yeah, I love this a lot. This is going to build consistently on 205 Live. It's a shame that Raw is basically just a preview of 205 Live now, and they basically do like 5-minute cruiserweight matches just to whet your appetite. But, I mean, I guess it gives them more times to be showcased on television, so that's a good thing.
It's a lot of freaking work. It must be a lot of freaking work to like change those freaking ropes and turnbuckles and mat.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot easier than you think it is. I mean, I've set up and torn down a ring numerous times. So
wait, did they actually put the purple ropes up for something which was only a bloody running segment?
Yeah, they did.
Fucking cunts.
Yeah. I was even surprised about that too. Anything dealing with the cruiserweights in the ring, they have that set up.
Even a run-in or a interview segment has those purple ropes.
I mean, I don't know why, because doesn't that give it away for the people who don't have the network what the show is? Don't have the setup. That's exclusively for the network.
Perhaps.
That's how I see it. But
So, Ashley, do we have an interview segment next, or are we going directly into this next match?
Is it? All I remember is Bailey backstage with Sasha.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you can go with that then.
oh, this is funny.
Bailey's like, look, I know you want to face Nia again, but you fucked up. It's not a wise move, you know. It's like, you know, taking Michael Vick to a fight where the only people are allowed are Michael Vick and disabled dogs. It's not a wise move.
What about Katie Vick?
And Sasha's like, I don't care. You know, I'm going to prove to this bully that she's nothing but a fraud. By the way, that reminds me. Be a Star's still going on, isn't it?
It hasn't been promoted in quite a while, but yes.
Nia Jax is just there like, I'm going to punch your fucking face in, you stupid bitch.
Good God.
Really be a star.
I actually have.
Oh, wait.
Be a
Nia
Star
Jax is
shirt.
getting a title shot. Ah.
oh, this is what they're gonna do. You'll have Nia Jax versus Charlotte at Fastlane, and then the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania.
You've planned it all out, have you?
No, I think it's a tag matches at Fastlane.
Ugh. So the title belt won't even be on the line.
There's no reason for it to be.
It probably will be on Raw. Remember what I said? Mick Foley gives away championship matches for free on television. We're back in that era.
Doesn't make any sense. I think what you do here, honestly, is you do Bailey and Sasha against Nia and Charlotte Fastlane.
Yeah.
And you build animosity between Bailey and Sasha. And you do the full heel turn with Sasha afterwards. So we do Sasha and Bailey at SummerSlam. So I think that's going to be the direction we go after WrestleMania. Is a heel Sasha versus a face Bailey.
And we know Bailey and Sasha can go like on
So
the level
then-
of like Sasha and Charlotte.
Chris is backstage and Kevin comes in and says, like, so what's the news? Good? And Chris is like, Foley came to me. The match is still on. And Kevin's pissed. And why is he making my life hell? You know? And Chris is like, look, don't worry. We'll still be WWE United States champions. And Kevin doesn't want to say, I don't care. He's like, look, what, you know, why don't you help me tonight? Help me out in the situation that I'm in. You know, we're best friends. And Chris is like, well, you didn't help me earlier in my match with Sami Zayn. And Kevin's like, look, I was going round to Stephanie trying to get away so I wouldn't be able to be forced into this thing. You know, plus, you know, I've had your back many a time before, so it's only fair that you return the favor. And Chris eventually is like, okay. And then your second hour main event. What?
Yeah.
I was going to say, is this where the Hulu version's going to end? Then.
So we get our next match, and it is Kevin Owens defending the Universal title against Braun Strowman. Jericho's on commentary, so what does Strowman do? He goes out, and he takes care of business. Of quite literally, choke slamming Jericho to the
Destroy-
announce table.
Them for the announce table. Heads to the ring. He's like, oh shit.
So yeah, Owens is basically just there to watch the destruction of his friend, and then Braun stalks to the ring, and Owens realizes that it's go time. And with the way that Owens has been promoted as a champion who can't get the job done by himself, and he's far removed from the prize fighter that took out John Cena the first night that he was with the company. I hate to see what they've done to Owens' character, to be honest, because the old Kevin Owens would have went toe-to-toe with Braun Strowman and wouldn't have cared. This Kevin Owens is just the chicken that doesn't care. He's trying to run away. This match was pretty, I'd say one-sided, but there was some stuff here. Braun with the avalanche and the clothesline in the corner. Owens powders. He gets him back in the ring later, hits a club to the chest. An avalanche on the outside, but Owens moves out of the way. He hits the post. Owens hits a cannonball against the barricade. Braun beats the count at 7. Owens with the somersault leg drop, and then the back senton. Goes to the top, hits a frog splash 1-2. Braun presses him off. Hits his version of the Avada Kedavra, and Braun ends up catching Owens off the top with the Bulldog Power Slam. And here comes Aquaman. Roman comes to the ring, crowd's booing, of course, and he gets in the ring and Superman punch. Of course, this calls for the DQ. And then...
Why does wow. Why does Roman have to ruin the show?
He's not. They're building their Fastlane match.
I know, but he was ruining a good show.
Not really. I will say it right now, I thought it was hilarious because basically you could read Braun's mouth when he came out. And he's like, USOB and everything. And he gets in the ring, and Roman tries to clothesline him over the top rope. It almost doesn't really work out very well. It's a Superman punch off the ring steps. He spears him off the ring steps, and then he gets in the ring and spears Owens for good measure. So, yeah, I mean, this match did what it did. This was never going to be any other answer here. Roman was always going to cost Braun the title. That makes perfect sense to build their match. Owens has nothing in the feud with Roman and Strowman, so no reason for him to even be a part of it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's what I had tweeted. Like, I was thinking that Roman Reigns was going to cost the title. So, like, when the match was even made, I even knew Reigns was going to come out. It's like as if I had the script right in front of me.
So, yeah. We get the arrival of Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman.
Yeah, Michael Cole loses.
The arrival at the limo.
Yep.
It's Triple H. It's Triple H. It's not Triple H.
Michael Cole almost lost his voice. He was like, Brock Lesnar, he's next.
And then we get a incredible Paul Heyman promo.
Aren't they always
Now I need, just because I'm intrigued, and you know, if we get flagged for copyright, fuck WWE. I'm literally going to try and find it on the highlights and whether it's up in full or whether it's been edited down. Yeah, they've cut out the bit where the crowd were chanting gold. But yeah, I don't even want to say anything. Did it so beautifully.
We are at a point in history where we have to face the most disturbing truth that every all-time great has that one opponent that has his number. That every legend has that one asterisk. That every argument that can be made, oh, this is the best ever, that counters it, that says, yeah, but.
Did they edit that in? I don't remember that being there.
No, it was there.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah.
And I say to people, Brock Lesnar. And said to me, yeah,
But
steered your client and eliminated him from the Royal Rumble last night with ease.
Okay, they cut out the best bit. I guess I have to add it in here before we continue. It's like, hey, Andre the Giant, undefeated for 15 years. Yeah.
yeah.
But he faced Hogan and lost at WrestleMania 3.
Yep.
You know,
Wow.
Ronda Rousey, hell of a UFC fighter, but she lost to Holly Holm, and then her coach is a cunt, so she lost to bloody.
Amanda
She lost
Nunez.
to Amanda Nunes. Yeah. Undertaker. Full streak. Yeah, but WrestleMania 30. Brock Lesnar. John Cena. Champion. Yeah, but Brock Lesnar. Kurt Angle won an Olympic with a broken freaking neck, because apparently that's the term you have to use.
Of course.
Yes, always.
But Brock Lesnar. And then people are saying, oh, look, Brock Lesnar's in the Survivor Series. Yeah, but Goldberg beat him in 86 seconds. Continue, Paul. I'm sorry I interrupted you, but you sort of WWE fucked you over.
To the point where now, every time I say Brock Lesnar, someone says, yeah,
but
Goldberg.
What they actually mean is Mike Goldberg.
The worst that you could say to
So if Paul Heyman was like Goldberg's mic piece, he would say Goldberg that way.
tarnishes your legacy. Yeah. All you've accomplished. Yeah, what is the argument against Brock Lesnar? Which is why this is the record button. Ladies and gentlemen, my client, Brock Lesnar, hereby challenges Gold one final time. At WrestleMania. So here it is, Goldberg. One legend stands over the other. One legacy eclipses the footnote. One conqueror stands over the vanquished victim. Now, any reading of chapter and verse of the biblical story of Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar will tell you odds are in Goldberg's favor to be the conqueror standing over the vanquished victim, to which my client Brock Lesnar offers Goldberg. Yeah, but
And that's
here's
why
my-
they did a DVD on that fucker.
Oh yeah, I still have that DVD. I was kind of sad that it was really quick to go on the network, so I kind of regret buying the DVD. But it's really cool. Like, it's this whole freaking story, and there's so many bonus features just about Paul Heyman. One of, if not the greatest manager of all time, in my opinion. But here's my thing about Lesnar and Goldberg. Yeah, but it was cool to see it at Survivor Series, but not cool how quick the match went because they built so much hype around it. And yeah, but it was not cool to see Brock Lesnar be eliminated that quick at the Royal Rumble and just one move from Goldberg. And so 2004 WrestleMania never happened because us wrestling fans remember.
See, here's where I take issue with what you're saying. I understand.
You know what the interesting but is though? But Goldberg's career is coming to an end.
Right.
Additional, but Brock's only got one match left on his contract.
Right.
So that leaves it even more up in the air as to what the hell happens.
I just don't get why WrestleMania again. I mean, I remember Brock Lesnar and Goldberg at WrestleMania 20. I think I do. I owned the DVD, and I thought it was a good match. Years later, I hear people saying that it was the worst match they ever saw. They don't want to see it again. So people were already iffy about them even doing it again. Survivor Series last year. So if it was bad at WrestleMania 20, why do it at WrestleMania 33 when the guys are older? What makes them think it's going to be even better? Both guys are part-timers for good reason.
And it doesn't matter, though.
They're both accepting big... I'm just saying, the match is not going to deliver.
It doesn't have to. Sting and The Undertaker won't deliver either, but people still want it.
That's a match I would see I want to see more than Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. I don't want to see Roman versus Undertaker. Nobody wants to see Roman versus Undertaker.
I do, because I'm curious to see exactly how it's going to go over. Because like I said last night, Roman, if booked correctly, could be Kevin Nash. The Big Daddy Cool Diesel right before he left for WCW. To the point that I don't care if you like me or not, but the people that do like me, I'll respect you, but everybody else can stick it.
I've always find it weird that Roman Reigns is that one wrestler that has like 2 million followers on Twitter, but follows no one.
Not surprised.
And he has nothing for his bio. It's just the Pensacola area code.
Oh, Swiss 19.
Because he's the guy. Because he's the guy.
Is he a mushroom?
I mean, like
He's
all
a guy.
I mean, all I'm saying is like it just doesn't make sense to just repeat history that you did 11 years ago.
Right.
It does, because now...
I know you took history twice in the 4th grade, Aaron.
What?
Now it can make more money.
I know what you did. Yeah.
And if you haven't noticed by now, WrestleMania is not booked for smart wrestling fans, and hasn't been for years. You may throw us a bone here and there.
Not booked.
But by and large, it's just for the general public or the people that haven't watched wrestling in a long time. They just want to see someone from the Attitude Era again.
Yeah, just not a match that we've already seen.
I mean, it doesn't bother me because I don't care what direction they go with this, because that's not what I'm interested in. The only person I want to see Brock face, there's people I want to see Brock face right now. And obviously the answer is not Goldberg. I want to see Brock Lesnar against Kevin Owens. I want to see Brock Lesnar against Samoa Joe.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And for Goldberg, hell, I would even see Goldberg versus Triple H. That never happened at WrestleMania.
No, but that match at the Royal Rumble was terrible. So Not as
Very
bad
bad.
as the Scott Steiner match, though. Good God.
Yeah.
Mojo!
So sometimes the only choice WWE has is either fix something or build something up from the past that could work now. Thank you, Pedro. That's exactly a great way to put it.
Hang on. You either got to fix something from the past, or what was it? Fix something from
Or
the
build
past.
fix something that's current, or build something up from the past that could work now.
What the fuck is Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks? Because that's neither.
I don't know. Let's talk about that and get it over with quickly. Yeah, this leads to Sasha versus Nia. I don't care. I legitimately don't care about this. Nia goes for the pop-up Samoan drop. It gets countered to a sunset flip. That gets countered again. And Sasha gets her baseball slide caught, and she basically gets her knee thrown into the ring post a couple of times in a full Nelson to add more insult to injury.
So the
So,
way she talks,
So
I'm
pissed
surprised.
how they're booking her.
Because of the way she talks, I'm honestly surprised that when they did the whole Sing collaboration, they didn't have Nia Jax go, "Oh my God, look at her butt." That's what her voice sounds like. That's what her voice just sounds like. Yeah. Probably stealing this idea from Martin, aka Little Kurabo, aka I can't remember his Twitter handle name. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh. I think Yu-Gi-Oh TAS or something, because he does the parody anime thing.
I've never liked Nia Jax. I
That's
can't
how
believe
Nia Jax just sounds like a 20-something getting her nails done at the nail bar. Sasha just comes in and she thinks she's the boss of me. No. Like, jeez. Martin never got it so right. It's like,
Oh, she's terrible on the mic. I mean, I think she takes after Roman Reigns. Oh wait, they're in the same family.
so
the thing is, we can't say that now because Mojo.
Yes.
Okay, not the same family, but it's like, oh my God, it's just someone we could be proud of.
Right? He's better in the mic. He's better in the ring.
So they gave Nia another move.
Oh God.
So it is a pendulum, and it's basically like a pendulum into like a Billy Goat's curse. I guess the best way to describe it, like an inverted Boston crab.
Not a fucking nothing. Not just the catching Samoan drop now. Fucking hell.
Well, she was working the knee, and that's what she ended up doing. And the referee, I don't even know where this happened. Somebody messed up because all of a sudden the bell sounds. So
I thought that. I really did. Because I thought the referee had called for the bell, but then like how it looked,
No.
the referee was just like looking over. Oh, what? Okay, ring the bell.
To be quite
So
honest, I think a fan just shouted, "Ring the fucking bell, or I'm gonna bloody shoot the concession stand owner." And it's just like, shit, ring it. We need the fucking t-shirt sales. Ring it.
It's the Laredo screw job.
So she dive bombs the back somewhat. She locks on this awkward move, and there's no referee calling for the bell. It just rings.
Yeah. That's
And then
what happened.
to add insult to injury, when they're bending Sasha into a pretzel, I believe in cheerleading it's called a scorpion. And where basically the top of your foot touches the back of your head. And Bayley comes out for the save, and instead of attacking Nia,
Yeah.
Bayley just stands in the ring like,
Mhm.
you stop. No. Bad, Nia Jax. Bad. And made to
Don't
look
go
like,
in your bed.
she's made to look like such a fool. She doesn't attack or anything, and she normally would. She basically just stands there and watches one of her best friends get decimated, and she does nothing to stop it.
Right, and I think that's
Which
why
is-
we're gonna have the Bailey and Sasha imploding over the next couple of weeks, because Sasha will say next week, "Why didn't you do anything? You just stood there."
You can't do anything with us with Nia right now, Pedro. That's the thing. And
obvious. Sasha's got backstage heat for not blowing off Michael P.S. Hayes.
She is dating the seamstress after all.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sasha.
I don't think it's dating. I think, he liked it, so he put a ring on it. I've heard that quoted many a time.
Oh,
I don't know where.
she did get married, didn't she?
anyway, wrestling.
Well, it is.
We already.
Sometimes I do wonder whether some of the women get this treatment because they aren't following the old school etiquette. Because that, as much as they like to make you think it isn't there, I still think there is still so much backstage politics.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course
especially-
there is. I mean,
Especially with the whole, wrestlers court and all that shit.
yeah, I mean, of course there is. I mean, especially like somewhere like TNA, there's something like that in TNA. I don't know corporate politics with Anthem, but in WWE you got backstage politics and then you got corporate politics because there's no big wrestling billion-dollar corporation like WWE. So you actually get both. And it really sucks.
Yeah.
Every year there's wrestlers that we want to see get pushed, but they never get pushed.
Yep.
We can make a hashtag of it and trend it, but that push is not going to happen because like you said, Vince McMahon loves big sweaty man.
Vince McMahon loves big sweaty man.
So yeah,
Uh-oh.
nothing you can really say about this storyline at all.
Yeah, oh god, it got worse because, oh god. The Laredo tornado is on the call.
Welcome, Cleveland.
What
I
up,
hope you're
Nashville?
not talking about little old May.
Yeah. Laredo tornado.
I hope you're not talking about little old May.
Are you going Southern or British?
I'm not really sure. I'm trying to find a line in between that.
Yeah. Because
You
I
want a
already.
Brit- if you want a British Southerner, you need to talk like that, son. War. I got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Oh, right in the arse.
I can't talk Southern without like saying a certain word that I promise not to say. So I slipped up once. Yesterday. So
Yeah.
I'm going for 0
Don't
times.
worry.
tonight.
I already did the Nashville mention from earlier.
Hold on.
Oh, Dixie? I didn't know Dixie was part of the call.
She is fuck her. She's nothing to do with wrestling.
Yeah, I know, right?
She's dead. She's dead to everybody.
The funny thing is that
God.
this is a true story. This true story. I was talking to a good friend of mine who's remembered me since going to TNA started in 2006 with the Slamversary pay-per-view when the ring got trashed when Jeff Jarrett hanged the NWA heavyweight title belt in the King of the Mountain match. The King of the Mountain. His name is Gene. He's a tall, skinny black guy, and he would
Snitsky?
no, he would get people to come into the soundstage for the tapings, and he still works for the company now. He also works for Universal Championship. Just kidding, Universal. But I told him about because he's given me like some inside scoop of what the backstage atmosphere has been. So this is pretty cool. He said, when Anthem is taken over, there's a lot of familiar faces there coming back that he hasn't seen in years, and he's thinking that maybe contracts are being negotiating, for them to come back. He didn't say what names, but I told him, I said, are people like happy that she's gone, like like Ding Dong, the witch is dead? And he actually said it before I did, which was so funny. And he said, he enjoyed working with Dixie, but she's had a very interesting way of how to do business that put the company into tight positions. So what the Dirt Sheets had always said about TNA, not everything they said about TNA was true, but some of it was true. So
if
it was.
anybody wants to send this information to Dave Meltzer via the Wrestling Observer
email. Fuck that jabroni.
No. Then we get
shut your mouth, Aaron.
Yeah, shut up.
No, you guys know. You guys know to this day, I still do not like Dave Meltzer. I don't even read Dirt Sheets anymore. I don't have the time to read Dirt Sheets anymore.
You don't even know his name, Meltzer.
I don't need to pronounce his name correctly.
Yeah, I got these Metzler pretzels. They play havoc with my tinnitus. I don't know what's going on.
I don't need to pronounce his last name correctly. I've been trying to get blocked from him on Twitter for years. You guys know better than anybody else. I do not like him, and I still do not like him, even if I don't look at the Dirt Sheets anymore.
So, I don't like Michael Cole.
Nobody likes Michael. I don't like Josh Matthews. Josh Matthews is the Michael Cole of TNA. Everybody knows that.
No. I don't. Yeah. I don't like Michael Cole. Neither do I hate him. Josh Matthews, on the other hand, yeah.
He just sounds like Vince McMahon from the 80s on commentary. Bobby Lashley with the spear. Like, what the fuck?
At least he knows the name of moves.
Well, yeah, he knows the names of moves, but just like how he talks in commentary, I can be sitting at the top of the bleachers and I can still hear his loud ass mouth.
Aaron, why you so antsy tonight?
Why do you sound Nicki Minaj? Like,
why you so antsy tonight?
So Pedro's asking about the Machine Guns, Daniels and Kaz. They're happy in Ring of Honor, and like I said before, Pedro, I said this on the Wednesday show numerous times. Chris Daniels is about to become a world champion finally, and I'm very happy it's actually going to happen.
And like I said, vote for Pedro.
oh my God.
Yeah, we talked about that on Wednesday, Pedro. Michael Cole is going to be transitioning away from commentary and doing a more of a backstage role soon.
Well, that does make sense. That's what longtime employees of WWE usually end up doing. Michael Cole's tweet.
Shout out to Billy Kidman.
I noticed Michael Cole.
That was random.
I noticed Michael Cole. What the fuck was that? I noticed Michael Cole is tweeting more now.
I don't, because he blocked me a long time ago. Or I'm sure something that you said. I'm almost positive.
I know you always said that, and I don't know why he blocked you. It should have been me, damn it! It should have been me.
You want to know who I'm actually surprised hasn't blocked me? Booker T. Because I actually one time tweeted him and I said, "You're a disgrace to the black race." And,
oh my God! What the fuck?
And I got 20 retweets. So I guess I wasn't the only one that thought that. You know, 'cause, okay, we get it. You can count to 5. Okay, black people we can count way higher than 5. Isn't he like a 6-time champion though?
I don't know. All I'm gonna say is hashtag not my booker.
Listen. This man, when he was King Booker, he became the world heavyweight champion. Am I correct?
He did.
Yeah.
Which makes him the 6-time world champion. but for some reason, I'm trying my best not to say the N word. But for some reason, this simple-minded African American can't count past 5. To this day, he still say, "I'm the 5-time." No, at Nigeria, you are the 6-time. You are the 6-time world champion. Please let white America know that we could count past 5.
Oh my god. Alternative facts. Right there.
Shoot, and listen, if the next time he says that, Booker T, I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you, Seth Rollins. It's the other way around.
He's coming for you. And anybody see the video where Vince McMahon said the N-word? I don't remember
Oh,
him
yeah.
ever saying that.
Yeah. And guess who it was too?
John Cena.
Yeah, I know. He was like, "What up, Martin?" Like,
Hold
oh
on,
my
what
God.
did he say? What did he
I
say?
stopped myself just like you did. I stopped myself just like you did. I'm not like that old me. Like,
And that man said, "Tell me he didn't just say that. Tell me you don't say half the things that you say." I'm sorry, man. Y'all done got my blood pressure
Hang
high.
on. I've got to tell you something that I don't ever say. I really like the feud between Enzo and Cass and Rusev and Jinder Mahal. I never say that because it's fucking true. Fucking hell.
oh, it is funny.
Before we get to that, because I'm trying to segue back in, random fucking shot of Sasha being taken to the training room.
Oh, I got something to say about this.
Why?
It was funny because the medic pushed the door and it didn't open. So then he had to open the door. And then and I don't know why I'm thinking this. I laughed about that, but then when it went to commercial break, I also laughed because the fact I'm like, oh, if this was the Attitude Era, they'd be having a threesome behind that door.
Listen, if this was an Attitude Era, Sasha Banks wouldn't be over there laying on the ground getting bent out of shape by Nia Jax. You want to know where she would be? And I used to say this a lot, so I'm
Oh,
a bring.
I remember.
She'd be dead in a coffin.
I'm about to mark
She
out.
would be sitting on my face. Yeah, sitting on my face.
Sit on my face and tell me that you love me.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make a song about that and send it to her. Hopefully, she don't block me. I mean, each week they say she's going out with somebody else, so I really don't know who's her boyfriend.
I didn't notice this. It was a push door, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I guess.
I'll go for the door and get it open. Push it. Not work. Oh, it's a door.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that situation. It was like a proper style door.
It was just funny.
Then again, I think this is like the first time in years that they've been to Laredo, at least for Raw, isn't it?
Really?
Probably.
Well, I haven't heard Laredo, Texas mentioned a lot compared to like some of the other cities that they do.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago's the only one I can think of because they go to fucking Chicago more than they fucking do Orlando. But then again, we are getting WrestleMania and Hall of Fame and NXT TakeOver and Raw and SmackDown. So fuck me complaining.
Did you know you said 4 F words in that one sentence?
I didn't say. I said one time.
You said 4.
I didn't say 4.
Get some damn respect for yourself, man.
You can count.
I can count what? I can count past 5? Yes, I can.
God. Ashley, let's go to this very unneeded tornado tag match.
Real quick, what have you guys went over so far?
Everything.
All of it up to the Enzo and Cass boring shit. Oh, Portland, Oregon next week. Right.
So you went over the Brock Lesnar thing?
Yeah, but you weren't here for that. So.
Can I say
mean,
something?
Well, we played the entire promo, which I think said everything for itself. That's the thing. But go ahead.
I if Brock Lesnar doesn't win that match, I don't think I'll be afraid. I think my Brock Lesnar phobia will be cured. Because I mean, hell, someone older than my dad, wherever he's at, could beat up Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure I could beat Brock Lesnar's ass. So
Beat up Brock
Goldberg,
Lesnar.
huh?
Oh, I was pulling an AJ, like beat up John Cena, beat up Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, like I mean, this is like character suicide. I don't get what's going on here, but okay.
See, I wanted to leave that in because I don't want to talk about this match. The only thing worth talking about is Lana's looking lit as
She looked banshee to me.
I just want to suck on Lana's toes.
whip.
What the fuck? I thought you were gonna say something else.
Well,
The
I
great
hope.
thing is, bloody Lana was going, I will now introduce the men who will destroy your heroes. And I'm like, Enzo and Cass are not my fucking heroes.
Nope.
Dear God, no.
The thing is, I'm so impressed with Big Cass. I'm like, the whole Rusev thing, that was Enzo's problem. Like, I'm getting tired of basically Big Cass just being Enzo's big brother. It's like sooner or later, I'm gonna need that to change.
I had met Big Cass at the WrestleMania on sale pre-party meet and greet event that they did. And Titus O'Neil was there, guys. And no, I did not do the noise that I used to do. In front of
When you do it, it just sounds bad. Hold on. So, Aaron, Mr. Whatever, damn it. You got your name. You got your ticket, right?
No. Say my name, damn it. Say my name.
Okay, Destiny's Child.
Boy.
Mr. Entertainment. Do you have WrestleMania ticket?
No, I do not, because all the fucking scalpers bought the nosebleed seats.
I'm
You
about
see,
to. I'm
Owen,
about.
You're a scalper.
I don't know
I'm
about
about-
that.
No, I'm not a scalper. I was gonna save money and just buy a scalper ticket and just be like, shit. Well, I'm here. I don't need to get an expensive ticket.
Nah, I'm probably. I'm
Oh,
probably.
get to that on Wednesday.
I'm probably gonna spend about $300.
Hell nah, boy. You got me messed up. The page the paychecks that I'm
Hold
getting.
the hell up. Who you talking to like that?
Who are you talking to like that? You
You
told
can
me
catch
Destiny's
me
Child.
outside if you really bought that life.
How about that?
Anyway, we have a wrestling show to talk about. You guys can
Actually-
discuss this off the show.
Actually,
Couple of haters.
there was a fan sign tonight. It was during it was during a replay. I think it was when Seth Rollins was out there talking, and it said, "Catch me outside." How about that?
So, yeah,
All right.
I love how that's a thing.
couple of haters.
Yeah, this match sucked.
Couple of haters and Mahal and Rusev are going to be in a Laredo tornado. Said that Lana was the Wicked Witch of the West. And bloody Corey went, God, I feel, thank God the Wicked Witch of the East had the house fall on her fucking body.
I like how Big Cass said, "You two lollipops after this match, you two lollipops will be lollipops gagging." I'm like, okay, so fuck PG then.
I don't care. I don't like this angle. I think it's over with. I'm glad it's dead in the water. Jinder he really needs to hope that he doesn't get a drug test anytime soon.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank
Dear
you.
God.
Yes.
Dear
Yes.
God. I mean, the HGH in that man's body, it just seems like it's overwhelming.
If anything, Enzo did the company a damn favor for pointing it out in the pre-match promo. He did look like a roadmap, looked like Google Maps.
No, it's not a road map. He has leather skin like a senior citizen. So, I mean, and that's weird and strange. He's got a good physique, but I think he's done too many cycles, and that might be an issue. If
Is he a
that's
Muslim?
He's been buying too much maxi muscle.
yeah, he's got Lex Lovett on the speed dial.
Do we know?
And Lex Luger on the wellness violation dial.
Do we know if he's Muslim?
Anyway, he's Canadian.
Oh,
thing
he's
is,
safe then. He's safe.
anyway, let's talk wrestling. So
Do we have to for this match?
I just want to get it out of the way so we can get to the final talking segment.
Oh, I know. Well, let's get out of the way. NBA Jam. Fuck it.
This match went way too long.
Yeah.
It was very pointless. Basically, it ended up at the end where Rusev got the neck snap off the top rope by Enzo, and the big boot from Cash. The NBA Jam finished it, and that was the end of that.
It was the main event.
Yeah, this was the main event tonight. If Jinder Mahal would have been pinned, this storyline would continue. The fact that Rusev ate the pinfall, that makes me think this storyline's over. Finally.
Let's fucking hope.
Yeah, there was no point. This sucked. Straight up.
Yeah, no, the match was pointless to basically main event the show. I agree with you there. I loved the pre-show promo because, in my opinion, Cass and Enzo are the best tag team on the mic. Not many tag teams, do good stuff on the mic. They just show it better in the ring, like American Alpha and.
No, they're
The
great
Good Brothers.
over on SmackDown right now.
Yeah, I got an American Alpha towel.
So this ends. Finally, the show ends with Triple H.
Oh no, the limo came up. Oh, it's Brock Lesnar. It's Brock Lesnar. It's Triple H. So he comes out and says, it's all irony, I made a star. Seth was the first NXT champ, the leader of the Shield, and the authority in Triple H's man as the face of WWE. Yeah. By his side, he would have had everything. But to quote Vinny from Family Guy, your boy. That gave way when the pressure was too much for him. And he was crying. And then, he handed the title to Stephanie after his injury. And everything that Triple H had given him was gone just like that. Seth thought, come back from injury, be back at the top, all things would be nice and good. But Seth is nothing but an abject failure. Seth saying, oh, he wants me to apologize for screwing him. I'm the one that deserves an apology. On Seth throwing it all away. Now, I'm trying to be a different guy. That's why I wear the suit. I'm trying to transition to that role. I don't want to be the guy anymore that ends careers and ends people's dreams and everything.
Oh, so no more shovel, no more burying.
And just to add insult to injury, Seth came to his house of NXT, and to the place where he's trying to make the next Seth Rollins. Triple H says, I'm done trying now. Begins to like unsuit sort of thing. Slightly. It's like, you don't have to go to my house, Seth, and scare my kids. I'm in the ring. You want to come out? Don't worry. The Destroyer wants you. And all this time, I'm going, are we actually doing this angle again? Because, what has Triple H got a raging hard on for? Schwarzenegger, aka Conan, aka the second Conan film I'm pretty sure was called Conan the Destroyer.
I believe so.
So Seth comes down to the ring, just staring at Triple H. Gets on the apron, keeps staring at him, gets in the ring. And fucking Samoa Joe! From out of nowhere! Beats the f*** him. Triple H. Good job, son. And heads to the back. Joe just murders him. 3 sentons. And finishing him off with a Coquina clutch. And Seth dead. And Samoa Joe's just like, welcome to my house, bitch. Off the air. Oh my god.
See, like we said at the beginning of the show, we're hearing the rumors about the WrestleMania card. And the rumor that came out about John Cena versus Samoa Joe. The immediate thought that we thought was going to happen was Joe would show up on SmackDown. Well, they flipped the script and Joe shows up on Raw. And I'm positive we're leading to Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins at Fastlane. What I'm thinking, Ashley, at this point, you know who I think Joe should face at WrestleMania?
Not sure.
The answer is Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Balor.
Doesn't have a storyline. Could easily be brought in right before Mania to build some hype. And then Joe and Balor have the WrestleMania match.
Mm-hmm.
That makes perfect sense to me. So yeah, I think that could easily happen at this point. And it really shocked us all because did not think that Joe was going to go to Raw. We thought he was going to go to SmackDown, and he doesn't. So now maybe we have Cena is up in the air for his match at WrestleMania now.
It made sense that Samoa Joe went to the red brand because he's been on a blue brand before.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Ty Dillinger is on SmackDown. He has to be on SmackDown.
10.
So, hey, any match that Ty Dillinger has, well, let's be honest, they probably gonna have him job to him. So, never mind.
So yeah,
I swear to you, if Ty Dillinger becomes a jobber, I may have to stop watching some WWE for a couple of months. I may have to. They did it to Apollo Crews. I was like, all right, all right, that's just the system keeping her brother down. But if they do it to Ty Dillinger, oh, I'm gonna lose my mind.
well, we've already said that was going to happen last night, and I have a feeling that is the end game eventually, but it's going to be a bit.
It's a shame, Cleveland, for some stars to become jobbers like Apollo Crews. That was a main eventer for a little bit in NXT. Didn't do much in NXT, so he was called up pretty quick. But someone like Tyler Breeze, just a freaking joke. Absolutely a joke.
I'm waiting for somebody to laugh.
Fandango also got a bum rap too. Thank you. And that's where I think Ty Dillinger is going to end up. And I said this on Wednesday, and I'm going to say it, and I said it this weekend, and I think that's probably going to end up happening. He'll be over for a little bit because of the 10 stuff, and then he's going to end up turning into Fandango.
Somebody saw it eventually.
Right. So, Pedro, you talk about SummerSlam, have Balor return there. He's coming back for Mania. It's already been confirmed. So my guess would make perfect sense. Balor has unfinished business on Raw, and you have Balor against Samoa Joe. I think that makes perfect sense because they don't have storylines. Past the stuff with Rollins. Like, there you go. That's the perfect thing right now. Who makes the save for Seth Rollins at Fastlane is Balor. Because it could be the battle. It could be the two guys that use the sling blade as their finisher, facing off against Samoa Joe and Triple H. And of course, we get the two singles matches at Mania.
But have you seen the tweet?
No. I'm doing a show right now. I haven't got a chance to check Twitter. What's going on?
I found a great picture. So it summed up my reaction to the end of the show. Worth mentioning. Main event. So Sin Cara beat Bo Dallas. And the New Day beating Titus O'Neil and the Shining Stars. So New Day were on the bloody B show. Well, not even the B show, like the F show. Jeez.
Right?
That's what you get for advertising voodoo.
Oh my God, people agree with me about the ending. I tweeted WWE saying better ending than Royal Rumble, and I got 51 likes, 3 retweets. Well, because it was.
Yeah. Not alternative vote.
It's the alternative finish.
So I think on that note, I think that's our show.
Yep.
Our road to WrestleMania is now started, and we'll see where we progress from here. Join us on Wednesday for the Wednesday Wrestling Podcast at 9 p.m. Talking NXT, 205 Live, SmackDown, Ring of Honor, What Culture Pro Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and all points in between. So that's going to be discussed on Wednesday. Cleveland, where can we find you on social media?
If you want to find Cleveland, you can follow me on Instagram at ControCleve. That's ControcLeve. You could also follow me on Snapchat. That's ControCleve, screw the E. So for those that don't know how to spell, that's ControcLev. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's the same thing, ControCleve. And if you want to check out my funny ass videos on YouTube, because you should subscribe to my YouTube page. That's Cleveland Henry. That's ClevelandHenry, says I.
All right. Aaron?
You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. ENT92. I live tweet wrestling shows and tweet some trending hashtags. I don't really tweet often as I used to because I now have work life. And Instagram is Mr. Entertainment92. Same thing. Don't post much on there anymore because all I do is work. I don't really.
Work no matter
Yeah.
what.
I don't go anywhere else but work. But I'm trying to change that this year. I'm trying to see what I can do. Because it is part-time, even though I do work almost every day, but it is a slow period right now. So I'm trying to figure out something, so I can bring, not the same rate of content that I did last year, but try to just provide something. So YouTube, I have a couple new videos on there. A movie review of a movie that should still be playing in theaters. Some places maybe. Hidden Figures. It was an advanced screening. And also the WrestleMania on sale party vlog that I had did. And as I said, just trying to find ways to get content out there like I used to. So that way I'm not like totally obsolete from social media and doing Mr. Entertainment. Vine is no more, so there's no more Vine for Mr. Entertainment.
Aw.
And Wrestling Amino, I don't really use at all, like anymore. Because I used to promote the fact that I would live tweet wrestling shows, but now I just like tweet them. I don't really announce that I'm live tweeting them. And what else? The YouTube channel is Mr. Entertainment. It's a profile picture of me wearing a white shirt and a black tie, so subscribe to that. And my Facebook fan page is Mr. Entertainment 92. So like that as well. And I'm at 373 likes, so it'd be nice to get 500 one day. One day 500. But as always, thank you, Owen, for welcoming me back to the show. It's really a great platform for the Mr. Entertainment brand still. And I definitely, it really has helped me to become, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's really helped. It catapulted the Mr. Entertainment brand into definitely areas. So got a lot of followers from Popcast Network. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
We've done-
definitely. Owen, you know what? Owen. Hey,
You all right?
Owen,
I'm
Owen,
here.
you've done good. Okay.
I think we have. I think the best is yet to come.
Shoot, I remember when. I remember when.
Solid now.
I remember when there was a couple of haters, and guess what we did? Guess what we showed them haters that there's only one word to describe, and I'm not gonna spell it out.
To be honest, I'm about positivity. There's no reason to discuss anything like that. I'm just happy that people find us entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually just made my own Facebook fan page. That's Contra Cleve.
Don't find us
Also,
entertaining. Fuck off, you're a cunt.
there we go with the C word again. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Ashley, where can we find you on social media?
Find me on Twitter, Ash is my name UK. I do gaming and award related or movie award show related stuff with Owen.
Yep.
Of which there'll be some coming up. The gaming stuff, I'll probably work out a topic over the week because stuff's building up very good. I guess we've also got the possibility of a Red Dead. There are rumors that there might be a Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer during the Super Bowl. Video games and Super Bowls are not that often, so it'll be interesting to see.
All right. So real quick, I want to thank everyone that was live in chat tonight. Thank you to Pinhead Larry. Thank you to Jeremy Mills. And a big thank you to Pedro for being a big part of chat tonight. Big shout out to all of you. And another big shout out to Acer. Follow him on Twitter at Acer1337. Yes, in a row for all the podcasts you should listen to, wrestling and or otherwise. Plus, it's Acer5000 on YouTube. So check his content out. It's very good. So links to everyone's channels are in the description bar, along with everyone's Twitter feed. You can check out the NXT TakeOver San Antonio podcast, last week's Wednesday Wrestling podcast, and last night's Royal Rumble podcast. Link in the description bar below, as well as follow us on Twitter at Popcast Network. Follow me on Twitter at Sir Owen Disney. check out our Facebook fan page at Popcast Network and our Patreon at Popcast Network. And on top of that, of course, last but certainly not least, our merchandise is still available at Popcast Network. Some new designs, some new stuff coming very soon. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Quick programming note, of course, the Wednesday show is this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Thursday, Sip and Snack returns. Friday, AJ's movie reviews is The Space Between Us and Rings. And Saturday will be the reviews of Jackie and Silence. Sunday, we've got a brand new Versus coming up. And Monday, it looks like we're going to most likely be doing our BAFTA predictions. That should be going up on Monday on the network. So a lot of awards content, a lot of wrestling content, and very soon, my guess within the next day or so, Halloween Horror Nights content back here on the Popcast Network, with the Elite joining you for more Halloween Horror Nights 27 podcast coming very soon. So that being said, in a world where there are a billion wrestling podcasts, we're very pleased that once more you've chosen a podcast. And as always, Acer pops in right as I'm getting ready to do my outro.
Oh, that Acer. I missed you, Acer.
Thank you for joining us, Pedro. We appreciate you. We'll see you on Wednesday for sure. Acer says the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, making his mark known. The COO got his destroyer of destroyers, beating down Seth Rollins. That was something out of nowhere. Yes, just like Latino Man. An excellent way to cap off the show tonight. And again, Acer, once more, thank you for continuously promoting the network. We really appreciate it. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for listening. As always, go watch La La Land. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all we got to say about that.
I like La La Land.
1st of February, Wednesday, pinch put. Oh shit! I punched myself.